power for the CB300R comes from a liquid-cooled thumper with a 76mm bore and 63mm stroke for a total displacement of 286 cubic centimeters and a middling compression ratio at 10.7:1. A 38mm throttle body feeds the plant with a tuned straight-through intake tract that limits intake velocity loss due to drag for a slight boost to the volumetric efficiency. A dual overhead cam times the 4-valve head with roller rocker arm actuation and shim-type valve lash adjustment. Down low, a counterbalancer helps tune out some of the vibes from the mill to deliver smooth power. Within reason, of course, it is still a one-lunger after all. The juice flows through a new slipper-type clutch that adds some insurance for the rear contact patch and delivers a light and smooth feel at the lever. A 6-speed gearbox crunches the ratios with a tough, chain-type final drive. For power numbers, the ponies top out at 8,500 RPM with 30.7 horsepower, while peak torque at 7,500 RPM is 20.2 pounds-o grunt on tap. With the final drive ratio in top gear, the CB300R's top speed is right around 100 miles per hour. To protect that output, the factory uses low-friction components that could also arguably lead to lower fuel costs over the long run. Honda's lower mid-range CB300R adheres to the Neosport's Café design. It adds cafe-tastic features with a modern twist to separate it from the old standard/naked sport look. A molded, spoiler-type front fender leads the way and shunts the wind around the inner fork tube. The Cyclops headlight makes another crucial historical connection, and it splits the night through the power of the LED projector for good two-way visibility. A low-profile LCD instrument screen built into the top of the headlight can leave the front end looking clean. It could be cleaner, though, if it had hang-down bar-end mirrors instead of those standoffs, but at least they're fairly short. The LED front turn signals mounted just above the can are out of harm's way. I reckon that's an important feature on what is bound to be an entry-level rider's bike. You won't be wiping out the blinkers not if but when you drop it in the parking lot or at a stop. The 2.7-gallon fuel tank has a strong flange shape that leaves room for body English and comes to a narrow junction with the frame and seat. Combined with the 31.5-inch seat height, it's safe to say that this bike will be friendly to riders with shorter inseams. Like to share the fun with a friend? Honda has you covered with a stock pillion pad, grab rails, and fold-up foot pegs. A teensy-weensy LED taillight rides in the tip of the tail while the rest of the gear in the rear mounts to the mudguard assembly. A swing arm mount hugger completes the rear wheel fling containment. The 2022 Honda CB300R has a starting sticker of $4,949 MSRP. While the factory touts all this new paint, it looks like for this year, matte pearl blue is still the only color available in the US market. If you're looking for a used CB300R for sale, prices are comparable to the CB300F that went out a few years ago.